The riddle of the perfect bedtime has long occupied the minds of scientists and ordinary people alike. Everyone is searching for that magic formula that can not only restore cognitive functions, like a sip of life-giving moisture for a weary traveler, but also strengthen the cardiovascular system, as if building an impregnable fortress around the heart, and provide an inexhaustible source of energy, gushing forth throughout the day. It seems like an unattainable utopia, an elusive dream. But what if the root of all evils, chronic fatigue, absent-mindedness, a constant feeling of being broken, and apathy, lies not in the relentless passage of time and age-related changes, but in a banal mistake, choosing the wrong time to enter the realm of Morpheus? This question is especially relevant for those over 70 or those responsible for the well-being and health of the elderly. The information presented below has the potential to revolutionize the understanding of sleep and its role in the aging process. Numerous studies and practical observations convincingly demonstrate that even seemingly minor cosmetic adjustments to the usual sleep pattern can have a truly colossal, transformative impact on all spheres of human life. Mature age, when 7 decades of life are behind, is often overshadowed by sleepless nights and a feeling of constant fatigue. However, as practice shows, it is quite possible to regain lost vigor, clarity of thinking, and emotional stability. The secret lies in a simple but effective method: adjusting the bedtime. And what is especially important, achieving a positive result does not require resorting to medication, expensive medical procedures, or grueling regimes. After crossing the 70-year mark, the human body undergoes significant transformations. Neglecting these changes, consciously delaying the moment of going to bed, indulging in watching television programs at night, or stubbornly following outdated habits can provoke the development of chronic fatigue, memory impairment, and even cardiovascular problems. At the same time, a deep understanding of the processes taking place in the body and the ability to interact with it, rather than engaging in a senseless struggle, opens the way to a radical improvement in well-being and an increase in the quality of life. Those who constantly face sleep disorders, feel a lack of energy, suffer from memory lapses, or simply strive for healthy and active longevity can find an effective solution in revising their sleep schedule. A simple adjustment to bedtime can become the very key that will open the door to a world of complete rest and recovery. But the question naturally arises: why does sleep change with age, and what signals is the body trying to send us? What is behind these changes, and how to interpret them correctly? Surely many older people find that a night's rest no longer brings the former vigor. Either drowsiness overtakes them in front of the TV screen, or waking up occurs in the dead of night, or even a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep does not give a feeling of complete restoration of strength. It should be realized that such changes are not a personal problem and not just an inevitable companion of aging. This is a natural process caused by changes in the body, which, in turn, have a direct impact on the quality of sleep. After reaching the age of 70, subtle but very significant transformations occur in the brain. In particular, there is a reduction in the phase of deep sleep, the very vital stage that is responsible for physical recovery, cleansing of consciousness, and replenishment of energy reserves. Scientific studies convincingly demonstrate that by the age of 70, the depth of sleep decreases by as much as 40% compared to the indicators characteristic of the age of 50. In other words, even with sufficient sleep duration, the brain and body may experience a deficiency of necessary rest, which inevitably leads to chronic fatigue, distractibility, and a general depressed emotional state. Moreover, over time, the body begins to produce melatonin, the key hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles and causes drowsiness in the earlier hours of the day. This means that the natural desire to fall asleep may occur much earlier than usual, which in turn can disrupt the usual daily routine and worsen the quality of night rest. A very common mistake is ignoring the wave of drowsiness that comes on between 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Many, mistakenly believing that the hour for sleep has not yet come, actively suppress this natural signal of the body. Tried and tested methods come into play. A flickering TV screen, endless email checking, often accompanied by a late and usually not so healthy snack. It's important to understand that this early fatigue is by no means a sign of weakness, but rather a wise message from the body, insistently demanding a well-deserved rest. Contrary to popular belief, resisting this signal only complicates the process of falling asleep, turning it into a real struggle. Many older people stubbornly try to follow a daily routine that was relevant to them 3 decades ago, completely ignoring the needs of their changed bodies. One should realize that sleep at 70 is different from sleep at 40, and this does not mean that there are any disorders. The body still has an acute need for rest, recovery, and rebooting, but these processes may require a different time. A deep understanding of these age-related changes allows you to respect your sleep, stop the senseless fight with it, and finally start moving in unison with the natural rhythms of the body, which in turn guarantees a complete and restorative rest. Ultimately, bedtime is just as important as the total amount of sleep. This is a key factor determining the quality of night rest, and as a result, the overall health and well-being. Recent scientific research has revealed a striking relationship between bedtime and the quality of night rest in older people. It turned out that those who regularly fall into the arms of Morpheus between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. experience an impressive improvement in sleep, reaching 45%. Night rest becomes deeper and more serene, the number of unwanted awakenings is reduced, and morning awakening brings a feeling of vigor and vitality. Over the years, there are natural changes in the internal biological clock. Hormones that play a key role in regulating sleep, such as melatonin and cortisol, begin to be produced at a different time. Their evening peak comes earlier, as does the morning peak. In mature years, around 40-50 years old, a natural feeling of drowsiness could occur closer to 10:30 p.m. or even 11 p.m. However, by the age of 70, the body may begin to send signals about the need for rest as early as 8:30 p.m. It is important not to neglect these signals, mistakenly believing that this is just a manifestation of aging. This is nothing more than a manifestation of the biological rhythm, which requires careful attention and care. A senseless fight with it attempts to wait for a second wind and artificially prolong the period of wakefulness, inevitably lead to sleep disorders, depriving the body of full recovery. Instead of stubbornly resisting the body's persistent requests for rest, one should wisely accept the earlier fatigue. For a significant number of older people, the optimal time to go to bed is between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. At this time, ideal conditions are created for complete relaxation and preparation for night recovery. It should be remembered that sleep is not just a forced pause in active life, but a vital process during which intensive recovery and repair of all body systems occurs. Full sleep becomes especially important for people over 60-70 years old when regeneration processes require special attention and support. Neglecting sleep at this age can have serious consequences for health and overall well-being. Optimal sleep patterns appear to us as an effective ally in maintaining and strengthening health. Numerous studies show that in older people who strictly go to bed between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., the likelihood of developing cardiovascular diseases is reduced by almost half, or rather by an impressive 45%. And this is not just a slight improvement in well-being, but a cardinal change in the life paradigm. Blood pressure stabilizes, arrhythmia attacks become less frequent and less intense, and some patients under close supervision of a cardiologist even get the opportunity to reduce the dosage of medications they take or even abandon them altogether. The body, having received the precious opportunity to fully rest in accordance with natural biorhythms, activates internal reserves of self-healing. Observing this golden hour for going to bed has an extremely beneficial effect on cognitive functions, in particular on memory. In individuals who started practicing falling asleep at 9:30 p.m., memory improved by 32%, which is confirmed by the results of specialized cognitive tests. Early bedtime provides the brain with enough time to carry out detoxification processes, relieving it of harmful substances that are associated with absent-mindedness, impaired cognitive abilities, and even with the development of Alzheimer's disease. In addition to all the above, it is worth emphasizing that timely and complete sleep has the most positive effect on a person's emotional state, helping to improve mood and reduce stress levels. Studies show that people who follow a sleep schedule and go to bed between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. experience a significant decrease in anxiety and depressive symptoms, reaching an impressive 58%. It is believed that it is the early night hours that provide the brain with a unique opportunity for deep cleansing, during which accumulated noise, stressors, and negative emotional experiences are eliminated. This process likely contributes to the restoration of mental balance and improved overall well-being. Moreover, people who prefer to go to bed early have more stable blood glucose levels throughout the night. This, in turn, can have a positive impact on health, especially for those who suffer from carbohydrate metabolism disorders. In some cases, under the strict supervision of a qualified doctor, patients even manage to gradually and safely reduce the dosage of insulin, which is a very encouraging result. Thus, following a simple sleep schedule can have a tremendous impact on a person's health and well-being. Sleep, as you know, is a powerful natural medicine that, when taken at the right time, can heal much more than we can imagine. Regular and quality sleep can become the basis for improving physical and mental health, as well as for improving the quality of life in general. Fortunately, there are 5 simple but effective habits that can help restore healthy sleep. In addition to recognizing age-related changes in sleep structure and understanding the importance of following a schedule, it is necessary to know what other steps can be taken to improve night rest. This does not require expensive supplements, complex medical procedures, or exhausting efforts. It is enough to make small adjustments to your lifestyle and daily routine to regain healthy and sound sleep. Minor but carefully designed rituals performed on a regular basis can radically change the quality of your night's rest. First of all, it is necessary to adhere to the so-called golden hour, trying to go to bed between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. The human body, as a rule, experiences a need for an earlier bedtime, and the feeling of fatigue that rolls over around 8:30 p.m. serves as an unambiguous signal that should not be ignored in any case. Strict adherence to this time interval allows you to adjust to a new biological rhythm, formed under the influence of age-related changes, hormonal changes, and individual characteristics of internal clocks. Sleep is one of the basic human needs, an inexhaustible source of restoring vitality and energy. However, in the realities of the modern world, where we are surrounded by stress and distractions, full and healthy sleep often turns into a difficult dream to achieve. Fortunately, there are elementary but at the same time effective techniques that allow you to normalize sleep and significantly improve its quality. In particular, the establishment of a stable sleep schedule is of paramount importance. Regularly falling asleep and waking up at the same time, regardless of the day of the week, including weekends and holidays, a person achieves synchronization of their internal biological clock, which contributes to deeper and more restorative sleep. Establishing a clear daily routine with a fixed bedtime and wake-up time is a powerful tool for synchronizing the body's internal clocks. Like an experienced surfer skillfully choosing and riding a wave, a person who adheres to a regular regime allows their body to naturally immerse itself in a state of peace and recovery. This coordinated rhythm of sleep and wakefulness helps to optimize hormonal balance and improve cognitive functions, which ultimately leads to a more restful and refreshing rest. The second important rule on the path to healthy sleep is abstaining from caffeine and heavy food in the evening. Often people tend to underestimate how much these factors can affect the process of falling asleep and the quality of night rest. Caffeine, as a powerful stimulant of the nervous system, has a long half-life, maintaining its activity in the body for several hours. This means that even a cup of aromatic coffee drunk in the middle of the day can create tangible obstacles for the onset of sleep in the evening. Surprisingly, even a small amount of chocolate or a cup of green tea before bed can disrupt the delicate balance needed for restful sleep. Heavy dinners, in turn, also do not contribute to relaxation and preparation of the body for sleep. A hearty, fatty, or simply too large portion of food forces the digestive system to work intensively, redirecting energy that should be directed towards recovery and rest. The evening meal should be completed no later than 3 hours before bedtime. If hunger stubbornly reminds you of itself, preference should be given to light and soothing foods. An excellent choice would be a ripe banana, a handful of almonds with a mild sedative effect, or a cup of fragrant herbal tea devoid of invigorating caffeine. These products will not overload the digestive system and will help you tune in to rest. Lighting plays a huge role in preparing for sleep. Soft, dim light serves as a signal to the body that darkness has arrived and that it needs to slow down. In ancient times, our ancestors went to sleep at sunset, guided by the natural rhythms of nature. And although modern civilization has long departed from life by candlelight, the human brain still reacts sensitively to light signals. Intense blue light emanating from television screens, smartphones, and even modern LED lamps has an exciting effect on the brain, preventing the production of melatonin, the most important hormone that regulates sleep. Warm amber light, on the contrary, has a relaxing effect, setting the mood for rest. The optimal solution would be to abandon bright lighting at about 7:30 or 8 p.m., replacing it with the soft light of a nightlight or a lamp with a warm bulb. Soon, the eyelids will begin to feel heavy on their own, foreshadowing the approach of sleep. The formation of a soothing ritual preceding bedtime is another cornerstone on the path to healthy and complete sleep. Just as loving parents create a soothing ritual for their children before bed, enveloping them in care in the form of a warm bath, fascinating stories, and gentle lullabies, every adult needs to show similar care for themselves. Allocating just 20-30 precious minutes before falling into the arms of Morpheus for activities aimed at relaxation can radically improve the quality of night rest. Whether it's reading a few pages of an exciting book that takes you to a world of fantasy, listening to quiet, soothing music that caresses the ears, performing light stretching exercises that relieve tension from tired muscles, or simply sitting quietly in a cozy chair, wrapped in a warm blanket and immersed in the depths of your own thoughts. All these actions will help calm an excited mind and smoothly prepare the body for a long-awaited sleep. During this sacred hour, it is extremely important to avoid any stressful factors, such as watching disturbing evening news, compiling endless to-do lists that invariably cause anxiety, or having tense conversations that can disrupt the delicate balance. This time should be entirely devoted exclusively to rest, relaxation, and recovery. Finally, giving up tempting screens before bed is perhaps the most difficult test, requiring considerable willpower, but at the same time the most effective condition for achieving healthy and sound sleep, giving vigor and energy for the whole next day. It is strongly recommended to put aside alluring phones, light-emitting tablets, and TV remotes, which can draw you into a whirlpool of endless programs, at least 30-60 minutes before your head touches the pillow. In the modern world, where screens have become an integral part of our lives, the blue light they emit has a negative impact on the production of melatonin, the most important hormone that regulates sleep and wake cycles. This hormone, like the conductor of a symphony orchestra, controls our sleep, and its suppression leads to insomnia and fatigue. Even a short immersion in the world of social networks before bed can cause excessive excitation of the nervous system, provoking anxious thoughts and worries, which in turn prevents rapid falling asleep. Instead, it is advisable to create an atmosphere of peace and tranquility, allowing the mind to gradually free itself from the worries and anxieties of the past day. Sleep is not a mechanical process that can be induced by willpower. Rather, it is a delicate guest who needs to be invited into your life by creating favorable conditions for him. Life experience suggests that even minor changes in daily habits can have a huge impact on overall well-being and sleep quality. Taking care of your sleep is a manifestation of deep love and respect for yourself, a sensitive attention to the needs of your own body. As the evening hush falls and the sky turns dark, it's important to slow down, put aside all tasks, and listen to your inner voice. Don't resist tiredness, seeing it as an obstacle. Instead, consider it an important message, a quiet whisper from your subconscious, reminding you of the need for rest and recovery. Sleep isn't just a way to save time. It's a valuable opportunity to return to yourself, to your natural rhythms, and to the care that your mind and body deserve. It's never too late to start taking care of yourself and your sleep, thereby healing your soul and strengthening your health. Ahead lies a whole series of opportunities granted to us by time to fully experience the joy of life. It's a chance to immerse yourself in the serenity of rest, escape from the everyday hustle and bustle, and restore lost strength. It opens up the prospect of putting your thoughts in order, getting rid of the anxieties and doubts that cloud your mind. Finally, this precious time can be devoted to finding inner harmony, peace of mind, and restoring the mental balance so necessary in today's world, full of stress and